Hello, beautiful people of the internet. How are you doing today? My name is Jackie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be the start of another TBR game. Scrabble picks my TBR. You can hear the contents of the box rattling around. If this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, I will link a video explaining how my TBR game works in the card up above. It's a pretty simple game. Basically, every month I spell 5 words in a game of Scrabble, and those 5 words act as my reading prompts for the month. I must successfully complete the prompt to collect the points for that word, and once I reach 150 points, I get to clear the board and start fresh. So first of all, how did I do on my February TBR? Currently it is February 26th, and I have read all of the books on my TBR except for the one you all voted for, Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I have started this, however. I did listen to some of it as an audiobook on my walk the other day, so I do think I will be able to successfully complete this before February is over. If I don't complete this, I will have 83 points, and if I do complete it, I will have 97. I think I'm gonna get done, but we'll see. As for the books that I want to get on this March TBR, my Read Christie book for the month is The Moving Finger. I am going to be reading this for this month's prompt, and I'm also planning to make another video where I try to solve this one. I love these trying to solve Agatha Christie videos. I love watching them, and I also love making them. They are so much fun. So this is definitely going to be read in the month of March. I also have an idea for a reading vlog that I want to keep under wraps for now, so you'll have to stay tuned and see what the theme is for the secret video. I think that will do it, so let's just dive into this month's Scrabble TBR picks. I am sorry if the lighting in here is a little dim. My light in my ceiling fan is on its last legs. It's getting very dim. But these are the letters I had on my rack at the end of last month. I still have these 2 special tiles remaining, so I need to start off by picking 3 more letters out of the bag. And this is our 3rd month with this board, so the bag's getting a little lighter. I, H, E. So I am going to play it fairly safe. Have, and just read a book that I have, like that I own, that I have on hand. Like maybe, you know, had I checked something out from the library already, I could say, okay, this is a book that I have. You know what I mean. So this is a double letter score, so that's 8, 9, 14? 14. For the prompt have, I am going to read a book I have on my physical TBR, and I'm not going to try to be cute with this one. I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to pick The Moving Finger by Agatha Christie. I need to read this one this month, and I am very excited for it. I love these editions. I want to collect them all. I think they are so pretty. Every time I talk about these books, I mention how beautiful I think the covers are. But that's just because they're some of my favorite books that I own. I love them. This is a Miss Marple mystery. Say that 5 times fast. And the basic premise of this book is that a bunch of people in this small British town are receiving anonymous hate mail. One of the recipients dies, and though the coroner rules the death a suicide, Miss Marple isn't quite sure she believes it. If you want to see me try to solve this book this month, definitely subscribe to the channel. I love making these trying to solve Agatha Christie videos, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Y. Blank. see. So, actually, I guess I should use my special blank since I still have that. Oh yeah, and because it's gonna be on the double letter score, so that's much better. So, article. For this, I'm going to read a book that I saw mentioned in an article, maybe, you know, a reading list I saw online, a book recommendations article, a book review. My dad loves to send me book reviews, so I could pick out one of the books that he sent me a review of. So let's see, we have the double letter here. I think that's it. So the blanks are worth 3. I believe. I will double check that. But assuming that this is worth 3, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 again. Oh, nice. Next, article. A book that I read about in an article. Could be a reading list, a book review, whatever. So, last year, I read a BuzzFeed article on books to read if you love HBO's The Gilded Age. I loved season 1 of The Gilded Age, and I am so excited for season 2 to come out this year. I don't think they've announced an air date yet, but I am eagerly anticipating it because I really, really enjoy this show. So I thought, why not pick one of the books from this article? I did add a couple books to my TBR after reading it. I did end up taking one of them off though because the average rating on Goodreads was abysmal, so I decided I didn't need that in my life. Anyways, this is a long-winded way to say the book that I'm picking is The Girl on the Velvet Swing by Simon Batts. I hope I'm saying his name right. This is a historical true crime story set in Gilded Age era New York. This is a nonfiction book that chronicles the so-called trial of the century for the murder of famous architect Stanford White. A fictional version of White actually appears in season 1 of The Gilded Age as the architect who designed the Russell's house. In real life, White was shot dead in front of a packed audience at Madison Square Garden, and Harry Thaw, the man who killed him, said that he did so because White had sexually assaulted Thaw's wife, a chorus girl named Evelyn Nesbit. So it sounds like a really interesting story. I'd never heard about this case before, so I'm going to get the book from my library and give it a try. Oh. Z. And another O. For this, I'm going to go with cozy. And this is on the double word. Oh my god. Love that for me. And just read a cozy mystery. Pretty self-explanatory. So this has the double word, so that's 18 times 2. Wow, that's great. Next, for a cozy mystery read, I decided to pick Suspense and Sensibility, the second Mr. and Mrs. Darcy murder mystery by Carrie Bebris. I read the first book, Pride and Prescience, for Jane Austen July in 2022, and overall I enjoyed it. This is a basically Jane Austen murder mystery fanfiction where a married Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy solve crimes in Regency England. I think the author did a great job at writing Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's characters. I felt like their interactions and their banter felt very true to the source material. And since they're my favorite fictional couple of all time, and I love murder mysteries, of course I'm gonna read a series of books where my favorite couple of all time solves murders. That's just the fan fiction of my dreams. This second book sees Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy trying to find a suitable husband for Elizabeth's younger sister, Kitty, and in their efforts they encounter a mystery they need to solve, and also the Dashwood family, who Jane Austen readers will recognize from Sense and Sensibility. Should be a fun read no matter what, and also a pretty quick, easy, breezy one, so looking forward to this. I think this is the kind of book that I need in my life this month. S. D. U. So I really want to be able to get on this TBR, one of the books for my themed reading vlog I'm hoping to make this month. So with that goal in mind, I'm going to spell told, which is really, it's not worth that many points, but it's going to help me accomplish my goal of getting this reading vlog done this month. So for this prompt, I'm going to read a book that someone else told me to read. There you go. Next, a book I was told to read. I'm going to read The Downstairs Girl by Stacey Lee. This is a historical fiction novel, and a family friend recommended this book to me. To be completely honest, I'm not sure what year this book is set in because there's no year listed in the plot description on Goodreads, and the reviews are not helping me because one person refers to it as being set in the Gilded Age and another person says it's in the 1920s. And the 1920s are not the Gilded Age. So is it set in the 20s or the Gilded Age? I don't know. One or the other. I guess I'll find out. The main character is a young woman named Jo. By day, she works as a servant to one of Atlanta's wealthiest families, but she also has a secret. She is secretly the author of an advice column called Dear Miss Sweetie, and as the Atlanta elite begin to speculate about who is the author of this column, Jo's life may end up being threatened. This is one of the books I am going to read for that secret vlog I have planned, so feel free to speculate on the theme. However, once again, I don't think you're going to be able to guess it because here's a hint. The books are not connected based on their plot or themes. However, they were all recommended to me for a specific reason. I don't know if that helped or not. O. E. J. And tentatively, I think the word I'm gonna go with for this one is zone. And read a book that is outside my comfort zone. I just realized you can't see it. There you go. That is 13 points. Finally, a book that is out of my comfort zone. For this, I figured I should choose a fantasy because while I like fantasy, it's not my favorite genre, and I often don't feel inspired to pick fantasy books up, so I think that would count as out of my comfort zone because it's not like I've never read a fantasy before, but my comfort zone is definitely historical fiction and mysteries, so this counts, I think. For a second, I thought about selecting Mistborn again, but I decided, you know, I don't know if that's what I need in my life this month, so I think the fantasy book that I'm going to choose for this prompt is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I have seen lots of positive reviews for this book on Bookstagram, and also it's only a duology, so it's not necessarily a huge commitment like some of the other fantasy books out there are. In this book, our main character Jack has not returned to his homeland of Cadence for 10 long years. However, he is now back because girls have gone missing from the island, and it is believed that he has the skills to help figure out what is happening to them. To figure out why these girls are disappearing, he must work together with his childhood enemy, Adara, and I think there might be an enemies to lovers trope going on in this. I believe the setting and clan culture of this book is inspired by Scotland, and that's one of the reasons I added it to my TBR in the first place, because I just love the concept of this Scottish-inspired fantasy setting. That to me sounds really interesting. Hopefully I will like this book. What do I have to lose? If I really just don't like it, I can just DNF it. But let's give it a shot. It's only a duology, and I've heard lots of really positive things about it, so I'm tentatively optimistic.
So those are this month's picks. I think I should be able to reach 150 points this month because I did have some really nice letters there. I mean, Cozy, that was 36 points alone, so I think I should be able to do it. Famous last words, am I right? Hopefully I didn't just jinx it.
That's my TBR for this month, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna try. I need to read The Moving Finger by Agatha Christie, Suspense and Sensibility by Carrie Bebris, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, The Downstairs Girl by Stacey Lee, and The Girl on the Velvet Swing by Simon Batts, plus 2 other books for that secret TBR video. So that's 7 books. I don't know. Usually I can manage 6 in a month. Will I read all 7? I'm sure as hell gonna try, so wish me luck. That is it for me today, you guys. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. My social media links are down below if you want to follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, or be my friend on Goodreads. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a spectacular rest of your day. Bye, and I'll see you next time.